Let us create our HTML document and call it colors.html. Start with our image and then name it colors. So we can begin with a div, and then within this div we can have an h1. Oops. Blog Safari, and then within this blog we can have some paragraphs. Forum 20. Let's copy and paste these. About 3 of them, and I think that's cool. Let us preview that in a server. Okay, so things are working well. Let's shift this towards that direction. Yeah, we close our file tree. And then this time we are going to use an internal CSS. So we can take the div, which is an element selector, and give it a background color. So a background color. So these are the color names we were talking about. So there are a whole lot of color names we can easily select from, and they are arranged in alphabetical order. So let's see if we can give it a background color of tomato. So our whole page. Okay, instead of targeting this, let's rather target the body. And there is only one body tag within the whole document. So when we target the body, it's going to target the whole HTML document. So we can move this by pressing Alt and then the arrow key. So we are moving it up. So the whole document is now tomato color. So that is a color name. We can also try other color names. Let's press Ctrl and Shift to give us suggestions. And then we can go for chocolate. I think chocolate wouldn't be bad. So this is it. And so you have seen the first property, which is the background color. You can also change the text color by using just the color. So color will change the text color, so we can go for Alice blue, which is like white. So that gives a color to our page. Now let's try out the RGB color. That is, I think, the new thing we have to try out. So we can go for background color for our text, and then let's try RGB, and then we open a bracket, and then we can specify 0,0,0, and that is going to be black. You can see as soon as we entered that, VS Code even showed us that it was going to be black before our server loaded. Let us take this 0 and make it 255, and you can see that is going to be green and blue, because R is 0, G is 0, and then B is 255. Let us reduce this 255 to, let's say, 150 and see what is going to happen. So this is a different shade of blue. Let us reduce it into, let's say, 75 and see. So that's also a different shade. Let us make it 20 and see. So you can see as we go down, it moves closer to dark, the black color, because the other colors are off. Now 255 here. Okay, let's take this out. 255, and then that side is going to be 0. If that is 0, we get green, and then we take this off and make it 255 on the red side, and we are going to get red. Now what if we make this side 255 and that's also 255? See what we are getting? We are getting white. This is because here we have red, the full red, full green, and full blue. And you know that these are the primary colors, and when all these primary colors are mixed, we get white. So that is why we have white here. We can also mix them in different proportions. So let's go with, let's say, about 70 of red, 70 of blue, and let's say 255 of green. And see, you can see that this color is bright green because it has more of the green and less amount of red and blue inside. Now let's make this one 20 here, and then with the blue we can make blue about 200, and let's see what happens. You can see this color is skewed towards blue because it has more of the blue in there. So that is about the RGB colors. It contains red, green, and blue components. And let's now move to the RGBA. So if we don't specify the A, it's as if nothing is there. Let's also make it 1 and see. So you see, if we make it 1, it's as if nothing is there at all. So what about 0.9? Let's try 0.9. Okay, it's there but not really transparent. Let's make it 0.5 and see if we would see. So you can see that the color has faded out. It's now quite transparent. Let's make it 0.1 and see. So that is so transparent, and then 0. So with a 0, it's as if there was nothing there at all. There was no transparent. So the whole thing is very, very transparent. The whole color has faded. Let us apply it to the color of the text. I think that will help us see it better. RGBA, and then 255, 255, 0. So you can see that red and green mixed together gave us yellow, and that's exciting. And then let's make this 0.3 and see, you can see that the text is very, very much faded. Let's even make it 0. So as soon as we make it 0, it looks like our text disappears because the transparency is full. So full transparent. So very, very transparent, and we are not seeing anything at all. But if we move it to 0.1, we see it a little bit. So that is basically how the RGB colors work. We are now going to consider the other colors as well.